Welcome in, everyone. How's it going tonight? Who do we have here tonight? Rouge, welcome in. Charlie Coleslaw's here as well. Guys, welcome in. What am I doing? I am playing piano. That's what I'm doing. All right. Syncopation. So, I think step one is to do left hand practice notes tonight. Start with this to warm up the fingers. All right, let me do that again. I messed up a little bit there. All right, so now I think the time has come to play both hands at the same time until I've got the notes pretty much memorized. And I can feel how they play together. By itself. A uh oh. Hungry Gorilla, welcome in. How did the stream go, Hungry? Hey Johnson, welcome in. Acid, welcome in. Lost track of where I am. I think it's this note and aw. Alright. Do that again. Hungry, what were you up to tonight? Alundra. Fell down a pit, thought it might be a good idea to save for the night. Yeah, that'll do it. So welcome in. For those that are new, I am he who has no life or no life. I am playing Miracle Piano. Rouge gifted a sub to Hungry Gorilla. Rouge, thank you so much for the gift sub. Hungry, enjoy the emotes. One sec. Let me greet you. Our customary way here. Here is your sub shot. Welcome in. Enjoy the emotes. Customary winks, yes. I actually just added a new emote. I don't know how well it looks. I don't think it turned out the best. But I put Roboman in here from this game. So. Oh, so let me actually update this real quick. Rouge. I have a raffle giveaway that I'm doing coming up. It probably won't be until sometime in May, I would guess. Here we go. Switch to the large camera. So every sub and gift sub from now until then gets an entry into the raffle. And I'm tracking how many entries we have. We're up to 77 entries. And I'm going to raffle off some NES games, prizes, stuff like that. Every 50 entries, I add a new game to be raffled off. And those games will be of increasing value as we go. So when we hit 50, the first game I added, I'm going to raffle off a copy of Ninja Crusaders. Not the most well-known of games, but I do like this game. It's a $30-ish game. But I will also have like some 3D printed stuff. We'll spin my random prize wheel a few times. I also have random grab bags of games as well. So there's it'll be just I already sealed them up. It's 4 games inside, so you win 4 NES games, but you don't know what they are. I think I've got 3 or 4 packs of those. But the grand prize is this: a custom painted NES console, Ninja Gaiden themed. Check out the top. This is the reveal. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. It gets better because you can't have a super awesome console without super awesome matching controllers to go with it. And then what are you going to play on your new console? Well, you might as well get this. This is a cart I found a while back. I never opened it. It is the Ninja Gaiden trilogy for the NES. Look at that. Full original trilogy all on one cart. You can play Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, and 3. And then the last thing to show off here, my camera would focus. It always gets mad at me when I put something close to it. Focus. There we go. Under the little expansion bay here that's never used, well, this one has a use now. It houses some batteries. What are the batteries for? Well, when you press a button on the console, power or reset, it plays tracks from the game. Right? So this is the grand prize that we're raffling off. Oh, I know, it's such a good soundtrack. So that was done by the custom NES guy. He's done a few of them for the channel now. I've commissioned him to do. He did the Super Mario Brothers 3 console. I did a Castlevania one, a G&G, a Zelda one. The Death Jingle's the one you're most familiar with. So I actually had the sheet music to play the Death Jingle. It's gotta look it up. It's I don't remember it. Someone sent it to me to try and play, but I'm not good enough at piano. I don't know how to play piano, guys. You couldn't hear it anyway. I gotta switch back to here so you can hear it. I don't know. Deathmark, welcome in. So yeah, every 50 entries, I can put it up at the top of the screen. We're at 77. I'm tracking it. Every sub and gift sub gets you an entry. And then we're just gonna give away a whole bunch of cool stuff. I haven't officially set the date, but I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be in May. In the interim, I am playing Miracle Piano. My goal here, guys, is I'm trying to. If I blow Hungry's money further with the prize, goodness. So Hungry would. This is the one that Hungry wants, though. This is the one. My custom Bill and Ted console. Oh yeah. This one also same thing.
No way. Yes way, Ted.
It plays clips from the movie. This one though was a gift from someone, an anonymous person from chat, commissioned to have this done, and they never came forward. So I still don't know who did it. It even came with two time circuits controllers to go with it. I don't think that's in there. Yeah, it was cool because it just randomly showed up one day, and I opened it up and there was a little letter in there from the custom NES guy saying, "Hey, someone commissioned me to make this for you, and they wanted to remain anonymous." So I showed it off in chat. No one's come forward. So when it comes to this game, I'm in the practice room. I am just trying to. I'm on the last section of or last lessons. That's the last song I need to learn how to play. Um, I played through and learned how to play Canon in D, which is like section 23. There's 36 sections. Um, and I got through it, and then I moved on to the next sections, and I just wasn't really enjoying it too much. I skipped all the way to the end now to try and learn the last song because the notion of what do you call beating this game? I'm trying to beat all the NES games. And some people are like, oh, you got to finish all the lessons. Other people say just get to the credits is good enough. Or being that this is not really a game per se. Because like to get to the credits, like you can literally, here in the lessons, you can just do this. Whoops, that's the standing room only. This is the final section of the final lesson. And then you graduate and it does the credits. So you can go straight to the credits without even playing the piano. Kind of defeats the purpose. So part of me thought that I will play until I feel like it's taught me piano. Exactly. And you can go to any lesson you want. I've just been hanging out in the practice room because these are the songs that you can learn. And the final lesson is Carmen. So I've been practicing that. And then I've just been practicing the notes. And I'm working on slowly being able to incorporate both hands. Because I can do the left hand notes, I can do the right hand notes. And now I got to put them together. And then I got to work on doing it with a metronome for timing. But like my knowledge of piano is very limited. This game has taught me everything about playing the piano, and I feel like I've actually come to the point to where I can look at a piece of sheet music, figure out what notes I'm supposed to play, and kind of play it. But how I'm playing the game right now, I'm just brute force memorizing the song over and over and over. I don't even really have to look at the notes anymore. Canon in D is Jessica, welcome in. Jessica here has played through and beaten this game more than once by now, I would assume. But they also know how to play piano and have significantly more experience. I'm at maybe 55 hours of piano play at this point.
Ask me about my wiener.
Rouge wants to look at my wiener. All right, guys. I will show you my wiener. Actually, it's special tonight. I had a very light dinner, so that means...
Ask me about my wiener.
we're cooking two tonight. Cooking two dogs tonight. Right, Elmac, double dogging. We are we're celebrating not only it being a fine Thursday, and that I'm hopefully nearing the end of Miracle Piano, but also The Giants just signed Verlander recently, right? Didn't they just pick up a new pitcher? I don't really like Verlander too much. I hope he kind of has a crash and burn type season, but we'll see. But Elmac here. Your sub shot, courtesy of Rouge. Rouge, thank you so much. Let me add to your raffle entries. Up to 78 entries now, guys. Okay, so let's do left hand, practice the notes. Here we go. All right, there's left hand. To the right hand. He's only, what, 36, 38 wins from 300? So if he plays for a couple of years in San Francisco, pitcher-friendly park, he might have a chance to get to 300 wins in a Giants uniform, which would be the reason why they signed him. All right, right hand. Whoops. I just gotta continue to practice these because, like, I just gotta practice that and then get faster. Ricky Henderson, yeah, I saw that. Rouge died on Christmas Eve, was it? Day before his birthday. That was sad. I remember watching him play quite a bit in Oakland, but never got his autograph or anything like that. Okay, both hands. What happened there? JD with the tier 1 sub. JD, thank you for that. Get that updated here. Get another entry in. We are up to 79 entries. JD, here's your sub shot. Man, JD, what are you going to do this weekend? You got no Lions to watch. It's a good thing, but I think that you're sitting in a good spot, obviously, with the first round bye. But I think that if Minnesota wins and you have the rematch with Minnesota, I think it's going to be a tough one. Hit up the casino. There you go. Got to do some parlays. All right. Back to the beginning. Piano Boy, once I beat it, I ascend to Piano Man. Back, welcome, man. Yeah, so it's hard for me to do it with both hands, but I'm trying to get the feel for it. But with one hand, rule spawn. I prefer Beethoven and Mozart. I'm getting there, JD. I'm trying to do both hand practice together. Yeah, it sounded better. The part, like, you have to do a part where you're up here and you go. And then it does. I hold. And when I get to there, it does. You, so I can't read music necessarily either. The game taught me how to read the treble staff, but I can't like sight read it very easily. I have to like think of what each note is and then find it. And you can't really see, but I have stickers all over my keyboard. They were different color, but they're getting worn off. So like when I'm playing a chord, like I know that one of the chords I play is this one because I have the same two colors, and then two different colors is this one, and then it's not like putting letters on or anything though to know like what the notes are, because like I know where they are. Like I know where C is, I know where an E is, you know. And then I gave up on the stickers, so at the top end here there aren't any stickers, even though you're playing like a. That I'm just trying to like learn the feel for. Because my hand's moving, so I need to be able to. I've also been working on just this song for like 3 weeks now. So I can actually change it up. We can. So there's this, which lets me. How do I change this? New Age. Here's Cathedral. So there is a pedal also, yes, for the sustain, but I don't have that plugged in right now because nothing really needs it. We got country. Latin, it says. What's next? Oh, this is rap. Blues. Then there's just classical. Back to normal. Okay. That didn't sound right. Better. There we go. Back to normal. All right. So the one problem with my keyboard itself is if I don't have my headphones plugged in and I just use the speakers on the keyboard, they're kind of blown out a little bit. So they rattle and don't sound as good. Little disappointing, but I got a headphone jack. It does have like RCA output as well. I'm using the 3.5mm port. Yeah, they're kind of, I think so. I haven't opened it up and looked. But to actually get this set up to where you guys can hear the piano was kind of a pain. Because like I have a headphone splitter plugged in so that I can put my earbud in and hear the piano. So I'm hearing it in this ear. But I used a splitter because I also have an aux cable going from that to the microphone input on the back of my PC. So I'm treating the keyboard as a mic. That's how I'm capturing the sound. However, the game goes through a capture card, and the game does not transmit any audio for any of the songs. All of that comes through the piano, except for the metronome. So I can't hear the metronome. Unless I then use a second set of headphones that I plug into my other ear. And that goes to my monitor that's outputting the NES sound. So everything lines up for me. So I have metronome in this ear, piano in this ear. The problem, though, is my capture card. When all that gets piped into my computer, the video and the metronome have a slight delay to it. Like 450 milliseconds. Or no, 250 milliseconds, roughly. But so when I stream, there is an audio lag between my microphone and what's actually on screen being transmitted. So I need to set up an offset. I tried to offset it, but it's offsetting the wrong way. I need to actually, because I actually have a little bit of a delay on, I guess, the mic input, because I measured it and I set up the delay, and it didn't fix anything. And then as I increased the delay, it was getting further apart. So I gave up. I then thought, well, there is an input that I can put on the capture card, and I can pipe my keyboard, the aux line, instead of as a mic, I pipe it into the input on my capture card, and then I can have it capture the audio from the aux port, but then I lose the metronome entirely. But then the piano audio syncs up with the game perfectly. And my capture card cannot capture HDMI audio and aux audio at the same time. It's one or the other. I think a more advanced one could do both. Used to have a separate. So I also have a separate audio capture card potentially that I could use. I stopped using it because I didn't need to. And then my mic I'm using is a USB mic, which is different. It all changes. So it's as close as I could get it, and it's working. It's just when you watch the video, the metronome and the ticks are slightly ahead of my play. But for me, everything's in sync, so I can hear it. And that's the best I'm going to do. It's already been like 2 months of this. I'm not going to try and reinvent the wheel. So, okay. Both hands. You want to hear what it's supposed to sound like? Rat, welcome in. This is what it's supposed to sound like. Uh-oh. Hot dogs are burning. Close call. They started running away on me. So at the very end, it does do... But it does it in a weird cadence. Like faster than I normally go. The game display, welcome in. Welcome in, Raiders. Game display, what were you up to? Hungry, I don't think I ever gave you a proper shout out. So Hungry gets one. And the game display is going to get one. In case you guys don't know who these people are, click the link, click the follow button. Make sure you have notifications on so you know when they stream. And then when they're streaming, go in there, maybe, you know, sub, gift a sub, share some bits, hang out. Okay, game display was playing some retro. I wonder if I should change my, category to music. What do you guys think? I shouldn't be streaming in retro. I should be streaming in the music category now. Maybe next stream I'll switch to the music category. That way all the musicians can come in and laugh at how terrible I am. Hey, I made it to the end. I'd say I do that, what, 50 more times? And then maybe I put a metronome in it. Like, yeah, it's definitely like this part. It's a big stretch for my hand to hit the notes because they're like 14 keys apart. I physically can't reach all the way without sliding my hand back and forth. Um, that part's not too bad. The hard part definitely is the because you have to do that's it. So I'm supposed to stop here. Yeah, trying to play chords, mirrored chords with both hands up here, like, because I'm doing pinky and thumb. So pinky and thumb right here, which is, I guess I could do my index finger so they're the same, just mirrored. Hey Johnson. So on this one, not really. They do in older lessons, Hungry. Or hold on. Apparently, it doesn't allow the word fingering. Uh, they do teach you like there's numbers that. Yeah, for some reason I didn't like it. But if we do demonstrate the piece, does it show you on these? Yeah, see the numbers? I paused it. So it says 5 and then 2. 5 is your pinky, and then 2 is your index, and then thumb, and then your back 10. So it can kind of give you an idea. So it wants me to start with my pinky up here. 5, 4, and then 3, but it's a chord, so. And then it wants me to slide down. Because it for this last one here, this last chord right here, that wants me to be playing. But over here. It wants my middle finger, so it wants me to play it like this, middle finger and thumb. But I normally am playing it with my index and ring. It wants me to do it that way. So these fingers instead of these. Can't see. Space Astrocat, welcome. Space Astrocat, you weren't here or you were here. I think you were looking. You won a Battle Royale giveaway. I wanted to know if you wanted to claim the game that you won. Or if you wanted to pay it forward. It's a very little known title. It was a Super Mario Duck Hunt cart. 2-in-1. I wasn't sure if you wanted it or if you wanted to pay it forward. It's very rare in that it has my sticker on the back. That's what the wheel came up with. Pay it forward. You actually have that one. Wow. Not many people have that game. It's the 2-in-1. Like, best NES games under $10. I think it's under 10. That's got to be up there. The cart that I think would be a better one would be Super Mario Duck Hunt World Class Track Meet. 3 games in 1. You used to have 3? I've probably got a dozen copies of it. That's the one that came with your NES, the 3-in-1. Because that one's got to be a pretty cheap one as well. And you get 3 games. You got to have a zapper and a power pad to utilize everything. Yeah, JD. I don't know if you guys watch Slackinator. He's normally on in the mornings for me, pretty early, because he's East Coast. Another retro streamer. But he had friends over, and someone snuck a $100 bill inside of one of his carts. He's got a couple hundred in his collection. And just waited to see how long it would take for him to find it. Gave him a couple little hints. So I'm not the only one who sneaks money into carts. It all goes back to when I was a kid. I had a game and it didn't play right. Like I couldn't get it to play and I needed to clean it and I had to open it up. So I took a Bic pen and a lighter and I heated up the cap until it got melty. And then I shoved it in the back of the cart. And then let it cool so that when I shoved it in, it molded itself to the game bit screw. Because back then, you couldn't go on Amazon and buy a game bit screwdriver. And then you just use the pin cap as your screwdriver. Put it on your Bic pen, you could loosen it up. And I did that. I opened it up because there was something rattling around in there and the game wouldn't play. I don't remember what card it was. But I opened it up and there was a $5 bill inside. And I was like, that's genius. Someone opens the game to clean it, and there's money for them. I've thought of putting stickers on the inside of the carts, too. Or writing a little note in a Sharpie, you know? I thought about, like, putting a date when I open it. You know, clean contacts and then a date. So then if someone opens it up, they know, hey, at least this got cleaned 12 years ago. But randomly, any carts I give away randomly might have something inside. Just so you know. I actually think I gave away I know that one of the games I had money inside of was a Final Fantasy cartridge. And I gave it away. And I don't think they ever opened it and looked inside. And I forget who I gave it to now. It was a couple years ago. So if they ever open that card up, So we'll be pleasantly surprised. Yeah, coupon inside.
Wiener, 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 next to another wiener.
JD found a fiver. That's right. And Dr. Mario. See, I didn't remember all of it, but I remember I put it in Final Fantasy because I randomly grabbed it. I go, man, Final Fantasy is kind of a valuable cart too. And I think I put like a 20 inside of it. I was going to put Monopoly money inside of Monopoly so that if anyone ever opened up the cart, they could have a couple extra, $500 bills. Yeah, Jay Johnson came in with a raid too. What are you still working on? Come regale me with your retro gaming prowess. Yeah, I just need to add Final Fantasy back into the collection. Yeah, I think I have still a couple more copies of it on my prize wheel. I think I've got a couple more. But I did grab there's 4 packs of 4 games that are pseudo random. Like I didn't just randomly grab the games. There's no rhyme or reason to the bundling of them, but like I was looking through the games, I go, oh, this game's not too bad. And I bundled up packs of 4. 1 pack of 4 games that you may win in the raffle is an LJN pack. Or 3 of the 4 games are LJN titles. And the 4th one is not much better. Playing the game solo black belt. And you beat the final boss with 7 HP. Nice. I always like doing the slide puzzle. Get like 100 gold. Like you bring up the map or whatever and you can pull up a slide puzzle. Slip a bubble bath babes in there, Rouge? Yeah. I don't think so. I don't have that cart. I might actually, if I still have my little Samson, when I go to the next convention I go to, I might bring it with me and trade it for something while I'm there. I want to say that Bubble Bath Babes is valued lower than Little Samson now. Hot Slots is about the same, but Bubble Bath Babes is a few $100s cheaper now. I used to have a copy of it, Hungry. So they never sold it in stores to buy. It was a rental only. So video game stores or rental stores would be the ones that would order them from whatever catalog. And not many people ordered them. But I remember that my mom worked at a video rental store for a little bit and it went out of business. And they liquidated all of their stuff and those games. And it was one of the games that was like in the back behind the curtain in the adult section. But I guess when they took they packed it in with a bunch of the other games. So she ended up with like a box of like 15 games when they closed down. And that was one of them that was in there. It's a weird looking cart too. I think they might have thought that it was like a cleaning cart or something. Yeah, I don't know where it is now, Hungry. Had it growing up and don't know where it is now. I thought because my parents divorced. My mom moved to Illinois where her family was living. And I think she boxed it up and took it with her. It might have gotten into a storage locker, but she moved like 3 or 4 times since then. So it's been lost to time. But I know we had a copy of it at one point. So it'd be nice to add it back in. I don't have any of the Panesian games. I don't have... I saw at a store when we were in Vegas, at a retro game store, they had a copy of think it was hot slots. But they wanted an ungodly amount for it, I think. And I've seen a peekaboo poker at a convention. I've never seen Bubble Bath Babes. Well, I take it back. I saw all three of them in a display case, but it was like in their museum part. They also had the Caltron 6-in-1 and the Myriad 6-in-1, which I don't have those. Caltron, the Myriad, those, and then the Nintendo World Championships carts. I don't have those, but that's pretty much it. I've got everything else, but I've got special stuff that nobody else has. I got a problem here, guys. There's a game that I was supposed to give away, and I didn't write down who won it, so I don't know who won this game. I know it's a giveaway game because I put my sticker on it. One sec. Let me let the dog out. Because CJ Shifter, I haven't confirmed with them. They won a game. They won shooting range. Space Astro Cat is paying forward Super Mario Duck Hunt. Everything else I've gotten sent out. Deathmerk, I know you're waiting on your games. And then Plabu, he's got Legendary Wings coming his way. Those I've got all accounted for. But this one I don't. So I think what we're going to do is give it away to someone else. Unless the person is here waiting to claim it. Because it's actually not a bad game. Send him a replacement cart later. I might have another copy of this. It was Solstice. I've got a Solstice sitting here ready to send out to someone, but I don't know who won it. It's a good game. It's a good game, I know. Catman, welcome in. Someone's missing out on Solstice. What I'm going to do then is we're going to do giveaway. Going to be the Solstice. And then we'll throw in the Mario Duck Hunt 2-in-1. Because that was paid forward. Let's do that. So I'll actually switch to this one here. But I don't need to spin the wheel. We're just going to do the Battle Royale. So good luck, everyone. The winner of this Battle Royale will win 2 games. I like Solstice. I actually got through Solstice surprisingly quickly. I had seen Yogi the Monk play. I might have seen him play 5 minutes of it, and that was like it. I think that Contra played it too, but I didn't really watch any of that. And I got through it in Yogi speed runs it, which doesn't really help you if you don't know how to do the stuff he's doing. But and I saw Contra had played it. Yeah, it definitely got easier as I went. Oh, Indy? Cutman reigns supreme, guys. Indy with the victory.
GG.
I will write that down this time and see if they want to claim them. That way I don't forget. They're now written down. I'll reach out to them. Did I show the other newest game? I think it was here. Yeah, I showed this off the other day. I've got a Skater Die CIB, and it was signed. This is Don Traeger. Don Traeger is the creator of EA games, or founded it. EA Sports, I think specifically. He was with Electronic Arts. Oh, hungry. I've got some extra or some new signatures in the works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them in the works to add to the collection. I reached out to a game developer, an NES game developer. Oh, speak of the devil, Little Mixer, welcome in. So Mixer, Skater Day, yeah, that was Don Traeger signed that one. So I reached out to the person who programmed, produced, made the game Destination Earthstar, because that game I have a world record speedrun in it. I'm the only time on the board. And I did it for the NES Odyssey more recently as well. But I reached out to him, sent him an email, and he responded. And he's like, hey, you're in luck. I never checked my spam folder, but for some reason I did today. And Gary Kitchen responded and said, yeah, I'll sign it for you, no problem. I thought about Battletank also, because he did Battletank. And I had a record in that one too until the Big 20 put it on their list and everyone beat my time. So Gary Kitchen's like, yeah, I'll sign it for you. And I basically asked him if he was going to be making any appearances at conventions or anything. And he said, yeah. And he's actually in the San Francisco Bay Area, which is local to me. And he goes, yeah, I'm planning on going to these conventions. If you can make it to any of those, I'd be happy to sign it. But if not, here's my address. Send it to me. I'll sign it and send it back to you. Super cool. But because he's local, he's going to be at a convention I can get to. He's going to be at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, which is a big one, but I don't know if I'll go there. But there's one more locally in Sacramento that I can get to. I just missed it too. If I would have sent it to him a month earlier, so the thing is though, he's going to be going to Portland Retro Gaming Expo. He's going to be at the Sacramento Retro Gaming Expo, which is one I'm going to go to. He has another one that he might go to, but he's going to be there with his brother Dan Kitchen and also David Crane from A Boy and His Blob fame. And in his thing, he goes, yeah, I'm going to be there. My brother will be there. I also worked on Bart versus the Space Mutants with him. And so I'm probably going to get all of them to sign my copy of Bart versus the Space Mutants, because all 3 of them worked on that game. And I might have to try and sneak in an extra cart and get Mr. Dan Kitchen to sign it so I can send it to Little Mixer. I also have Swamp Thing, but that's more of just a Dan Kitchen. I don't think Gary worked on that one. Dan Kitchen also worked on Fisher Price Firehouse Rescue. So, but I was thinking if I get Destination Earthstar signed by Gary Kitchen and then have the three of them signed by Bart versus the Space Mutants. Yeah, Dan, that's like the best Dan Kitchen game, right? Firehouse Rescue. So, yeah, it pays off to just send uh emails if you have them. And then, I sent a letter to Lee Trevino. That one was cool. Similar thing with Lee Trevino. He gets a little package with Lee Trevino's Fighting Golf in it and a little letter. I hand wrote the letter. I didn't type it. Handwritten letter to him. And then he signed it and sent it back to me with a nice little letter. And I don't know where I put the letter. It might actually be like in a box inside or in my safe. I gotta go look with my important documents. Okay, so mixer, here's how the piano's going. This is what it's supposed to look like when I'm done. I was just doing some practice. But we're gonna You remember renting it? It had no fighting. Yeah, he signed it. I got it. It's up at the top of the shelf, I think. It's kind of behind everything because I haven't looked at it recently. Oh, you'll like this one, Mixer. I don't know if you've seen this one. Oh, careful. This one I've had for a little bit now. Let me get it right here. We got a double dragon. Signed by Jimmy Lee, who played Mark Dacascos. No Bimmy, just Jimmy. Well, we got Jimmy's signature there. Look at that. I got to go through and kind of categorize or make a spreadsheet of all the ones that I've got signed now because I've got quite a few up there. JP to Gaming wants a battle royale. We can do that. We can definitely do that, JP. I will serenade you with some Carmen while the battle royale goes on. It didn't type. Come on. There we go. And Colonel Sanders with the victory.
GG.
Ah, I don't hate piano. I don't think that this game teaches you very well per se. Um, the thing is, Boogums, this last lesson's gonna be so hard. Like I can't play both hands at the same time is my problem. Like I know the notes. Does this. And it does a little pattern. And then it goes to that's the left hand. And the right hand does a bunch of these. But it changes though. So like I've gotten to the point to where I know the notes, but I have to be able to like play them together, and then you have to do it quickly. Gonna be this for like another month, guys. And then I'll magically be able to play this song. And we'll be done, and we'll be able to spin this glorious wheel that I have off to my side here, because all of the next 5 games on this wheel, I think, are going to be decent games. Karate Champ, not so sure about. Little League Baseball's fun. We got Jack Nicklaus 18 holes in golf, which might be fun. I like golf. Arquistas Ring's a good game. Felix the Cat's on there. Yeah, they're going to be games at least, you know? Yeah, Baseball Stars is also an awesome game, Little Mixer. So, Super Baseball 2020, I have that for Super NES, Spookums. That one is fun. Rat 707. Rat, thank you so much for the tier 1s. I'm 51 months. Here is your sub shot. All right, what are we up to? Let's take a peek. Mixer, I made my own team as well in Baseball Stars. But what I would do is I would create new players. Like you could delete your players or I'd create multiple teams. So I created a team, and then you look at what their max potential is, because a 90, they potentially could have max stats on everything, but you never find 90s. You might find an 88 or an 89 on a team. And I would create teams until I found that, and I'd trade them to my team. And then I'd delete the teams, saving my team, and then make new teams until everyone on my roster had a max potential of like 88 or 89. And then I would play against the Lovely Ladies team because they had the highest prestige rating, right? So you get the most money when you beat them. And I would play them, and then you get the money, and then you use the money to increase your player's stats up to their max potential. And I did that, and exactly. But what you do is on your team, if your guy has a max of, let's say, 89, you get his prestige up to 14. And do that first. And then when you play and win, you get more money. So where if your team is like 14, 15 on prestige for every player on the team, including your bench guys, when you beat the Lovely Ladies, you'd get like 300,000 a game or 400,000 every game. And then eventually your team gets good enough to where you're winning 10-0 in like the first or second inning every time. So you could play a 5-minute game and get enough money to up your stats. So by the end of it, I had a team that was literally maxed out stats across the board at every position. I played that game a lot. It's just a really fun baseball game, though. Got to beat the lady team, Rat. Lovely Ladies. And they pitch underhand. Oh, resets. I never even did that. I should have. Mm. Man, that should so be good enough. That stupid left hand coming in. Yep, they wore hot pink. Baseball Stars is a good one. Actually, Baseball Stars is one of the games that I put in a one of the blind bag ones that I'm going to give away. All right, how many entries do we have? We are up to 80 entries for the raffle, guys. Every sub and gift sub is an entry. We're up to 80. 80 entries. I've got packs of 4 NES games that are bagged up. Don't know what you get. We'll raffle those off. Got a copy of Ninja Crusaders. We'll raffle off. Plus the Ninja Gaiden special console. Megatron, thank you for the good luck. Megatron hasn't tackled this game yet, and I don't recommend it. This is legit one of the games where I feel like the win condition should be changed, because it's not really a game. You've never tried Ninja Crusaders, Mixer? Okay. So it came out a year after Ninja Gaiden. And Ninja Gaiden's better. I'm not saying it's as good as Ninja Gaiden, but the premise of the game, your character, there are 4 different weapons you can get. You have Ninja Stars as your default weapon. And then you can get a bow staff, or you can get like a sickle on a chain, and then you can get a sword. And they all have different powers and ranges and stuff. And it kind of feels like a cross between Ninja Gaiden and Legend of Kage. Like the controls feel more Legend of Kage. Change it to play the bonus game. Kage's not too bad, but like it's one hit death on a lot of parts in the game. Or certain enemies kill you one hit. But the gimmick with the game is depending on what weapon you have, you can turn into an animal. Like the shurikens, you turn into a tiger, and the tiger can jump high, and it just uses its paw to hit stuff. The sickle chain thing, you turn into a scorpion with like a long tail attack. The bow staff turns you into like a falcon or a bird, so you get to be the bird, Mixer, and you can fly and dodge enemies and fly through the screen. And it's literally like a Ninja Gaiden bird that you turn into. Yeah, that you could be one of those in the game. And then the sword, you turn into a dragon. And the dragon's super overpowered. Invincible dragon flying through. You can fly through barriers and stuff as the dragon, and you shoot like rings of fire. But the problem is when you turn into an animal, when you revert back to normal, you if you turn into a dragon, when you revert back to normal, you lose your sword and you go back to a shuriken. And the sword, like, super powerful. Like, I think the shuriken deals 1 damage, the sword deals like 20 damage per hit. So it's that, do you turn into a dragon to get to the end of the stage, but then you lose your sword? I think it's the only one you lose. You might lose your weapon, any weapon, if you turn into the animal. When you turn back into the human form, I think you're back to the shuriken. But I thought it was just the sword. And it's not very long. I played it a while ago. I thought it was good. It's not as polished, but like there are other lesser known games that are better, but yeah, Megatron, this is a game where, like, I thought it would be more like, being that it's not really a game, maybe it's just complete each of the different game types. You know, do a shooting gallery, do a Robo Man. Those are the mini games that you can do. And then play a bunch of, play some lessons. I've learned how to play, songs that you just brute force and memorize them. So I've kind of done everything this game has to offer. I've done everything except I haven't completed this last lesson. And here's the thing. Let's go back to the lessons. What you can do with a controller, this is how you navigate in between. You literally, like, it shows you, it's like, oh yeah, we can do this. But you can just go next lesson. Select A. And you can do this through the entire game. Carmen, slowly. And then here's the last section, 3612. And now, graduation. We have graduated the class and beat the game. And then it just takes you back to the... Because it's not really a game. Yeah, see? It's a training simulator kind of thing. So it's like, you can speedrun all the way in. You can get to the credits real easy. But I took it, like, initially it was, I want to see how far I can get before it becomes daunting. And it gets daunting really fast. But then I start, picking up on stuff, and I know the notes, and I can kind of read sheet music, and I can, but you're playing the songs long enough until you have everything memorized to where you don't have to look at the notes. And like, I can go back to the other song. Man, my phone's not plugged in right. So, I mean, like, you can say that I've learned how to play some songs on the piano. So the game has accomplished a lot of what it sets out to do with me. So part of me was like, this should be good enough to say it's done. But I decided I wanted to finish the last song and have it say, you've done it. Congratulations. You've graduated. You've completed this lesson. But I 100% would say anyone who gets through Carmen and D, if you do all the lessons until you finish, because you'll learn chopsticks and then Carmen and D, or Canon and D, I'm sorry, which is the one I was just doing. Because you have to play with two hands. You play chords with both hands. But so chopsticks in this is different than how I learned it. You don't do it with two fingers on this one. You're playing like different notes left and right. I don't remember. I have to go back and but so like it helps you with progression to a certain point and then there's no more progression on how to play. And it's just brute force repetition. Um so Megatron, when this game does come up for you, I would suggest uh up through lesson I think it's 23. Section level 23 would be uh far enough, I would say. Right? There it is. Found it. Lower. Oh, what note is that? G, G, which is here. That's here. So yeah, that's my new emote. That's Robo Man. Ready? Pro piano play. Yeah, Robo Man's easy. It's just the same note. You don't have to play the notes. You just have to play with the right tempo. It's to get you to learn the rhythm. The shooting gallery is I forgot my load those ducks up. So I mean, I've done all the mini games for this song. Just gotta finish this song. I can't keep going tonight though, guys. I do have work in the morning. I actually have to start prepping and packing up some stuff. I am going shooting this weekend, so I've got to get everything set up for that. I haven't taken anything out in a while, so I gotta get all the cases out and pack everything up and locked up and everything. I've got tomorrow also, but we're gonna be streaming tomorrow. And then I gotta get up super early on Saturday. So just did the shooting gallery as a little practice. Let's see who's online tonight. I mean, I'm still technically making progress, right?
Excellent!
I'm getting better. Slowly, but surely. Don't call me Shirley. Alright, where am I going? Where am I going? Who's on? Who's playing what? Ooh. Yeah, Super Mario RPG on my list here. Ooh, I also see a Super Star Wars, but it's Genesis though. Maybe we go there. Yeah. We'll go Super Star Wars on the Genesis. I've never played through that one. I don't think I've actually seen the Genesis Star Wars games. It's the holiday special? Is that what it is? The prototype? Okay. Well, let's head over there then. A ROM hack of the prototype. Okay. Well, let's go check it out. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. Hope you enjoyed watching me struggle some more with piano. I will get there eventually, but I really think that like I'm getting a little better like at the beginning. And then it's like I'm starting to get the fingering method for both hands there. So give me another month and I'll get there. Or less. Katui, this is yeah, we're doing the final song. Yeah. I just can't do it. I need to practice. Like I know the individual hands. I have to do both hands at once. I just did the shooting gallery with right hand only. Um, so I'm just going into practice notes here in the training room, trying to learn. Together. How to play with both hands. I'm getting there. Give me advice? Sure, you can give me any advice on this one. Simply printed out the score, made notes, and so on, so you wouldn't have to watch TV. But like, I know this, the notes. I don't know necessarily how they relate right and left hand together. So I'm not really looking at the TV to see the notes, but I do get what you're saying. Because I can play the right hand without looking at the screen. I play the left hand without looking at the screen, but together, because there's two parts where you're holding long notes with the right hand, like when you're at we don't need to be here. This one here. You go. And then you see this where I can mark the ones that sound together. Easier. Yeah, I should do that. I just need to practice more. I've learned the notes separately. I need to just kind of put them together, and I'm not worried about playing them with the right tempo at this point. It's just I want to be able to play the correct notes together and then build up that muscle memory. And then once I have the muscle memory of playing them together, you know, yeah, I'll get there. But I'm still, because I only do 2 to 3 hours, 3 nights a week. So I'm going to guess 3 weeks away. You can't even remember what the game was before this one. I can. Well, I remember the game now. I'm blanking on the name. Bad Street Brawler. All right, let's get the rates. I like that emote. That's a good emote. I got my own Mario Golf emote. Hey, Bad Street Brawler wasn't terrible. I actually was just looking because I was going back through my VODs to see how long I've been playing this, and I think November 5th was the first stream of this. So it's been over 2 months of playing this. But it's going to come to an end sooner rather than later, I would think. But I could only be like 3/4 of the way done at this point. Yeah, the final couple stages was tricky. Those stupid white hair guys that spin on their backs. Terrible. Anyway, we're going to go raid oh no. They're signing off. We're going to have to raid someone different now. I took too long. Wait, no, they're not. Are they signing off? Or are they not signing off? Yeah, they are signing off. Dang it. Okay. Finding someone else to raid. What? They're gone too? Everyone's signing off on me. Wait a minute. Elmac's streaming. We're gonna go see Elmac. I'm gonna watch Elmac while I eat my hot dogs. Bone? How am I not even following them? I'm gonna do that. We're gonna raid Elmac instead, but for future reference. Elmac is playing a Barbie game. Hopefully it does it right. There we go. Yeah, a PlayStation 1 Barbie game? Is that what it says? Barbie Explorer. Ooh. That looks fun. So we're going to head over there. Guys, thanks again for hanging out. I'll be back tomorrow night. We'll put a couple more hours of piano in. See if I can kind of get closer to playing through the song. I may actually have to get the score printed out or do something to practice without looking at the screen. I'm not sure where Katui got the score from, if it's readily available online so I can print it out. But maybe I'll do some practice over the weekend and stuff. But anyway, if I don't see you guys tomorrow night, enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend. If not, I will see you tomorrow, and we'll play some more piano, maybe give away some games. Have a victory hot dog if I make more progress. And until next time, guys, take care of yourselves and each other.